Welcome back, guys, to my WWE Mount Rushmore videos, where it's changed a little bit to now only 10 because that makes more sense, make it a sort of a top 10. So what I do with this is I list 7 people that could be on a Mount Rushmore of a very specific WWE category, and then 3 that should undoubtedly be on the Mount Rushmore, and the game is that you let me know who the 4th one would be. So for today, it's all about rivalries. Now, what makes a rivalry special? A lot of things. The match quality, the promos, how the two meshed in the ring. There's so many things that makes a rivalry special. So let's get straight into it. And this is going to be very, very Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, PG, and current era heavy, just because that's the era I grew up in, and this is after all my opinion. So let me know in the comment section what your 4th would be. So, in no particular order, the 7. Let's start off with The Rock versus Mankind. The promo battles they had, it doesn't matter, and then Foley running around the ring, all of that, just incredible. The matches, I'm not going to mention the chair shots because that's just uncalled for, but still, that was still an absolutely brilliant match. The tag team, they had the Rock and Sock connection leading to the feud, just everything was just so incredible. These two just had so much in-ring and promo chemistry. It's just unbelievable. Next, we've got Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Of course, probably still one of the best Mania matches ever, Bret versus Stone Cold at Mania 13. This was when Bret was on the rise, and Stone Cold was on the rise, and Bret was already at the very top. Of course, them doing the double the double turn, the Austin turning face, Bret turning heel, all of that, Austin not tapping with the crimson running down his face. Everything about their rivalry was just absolutely phenomenal. Next, I'm going to throw in a tag rivalry. It's going to be Edge and Christian versus the Hardys versus the Dudleys. I know it's 3 tag teams, but I have to mention them. This is the feud that I grew up loving tag team wrestling for. The way these guys innovated the ladders matches, the way these guys innovated the tables matches. And then, of course, the Edge and Christian, they had to bring something to the party as well, because the Hardy Boys, they had the ladders, the Dudleys, they had the tables. So the Edge and Christian, they naturally brought chairs. This introduced us to the TLC match. And TLC 2 is still one of the best matches of all time. Next, 2 of my least favorite guys, but the rivalry is still important. It's the Hogan versus the Warrior. So Hogan versus Warrior, the stare down at the Rumble was incredible. The face versus face, winner takes it all championship match. It wasn't a good match, but it's important. Now, most of you know that I don't like Hogan and I don't like Warrior, but I can still admit when something is important. And Hogan versus Warrior was incredibly important. Next, we have got Triple H versus Randy Orton. Now, Triple H versus Randy Orton, that was when Randy Orton was in his absolutely unhinged, deranged time period in his life. The whole part of him taking out the entire McMahon family, Triple H being chained or handcuffed, or why I say chained, to the rings while he just gives Steph a peck on the cheek, and looking at Triple H, just the unhinged nature of their feud, absolutely, I bought into it. Now, this is the last one that did not make it onto the Mount Rushmore, because the Mount Rushmore is all just ones that's very special to me. This is Undertaker versus Kane. So Undertaker versus Kane, of course, started off with a rivalry, then it became a tag team, then a rivalry again, 2 WrestleMania matches. Neither one was particularly good, but it's still important storytelling. Now, this is the 3 that is undoubtedly on the Mount Rushmore. So let's start off with The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels and Triple H. This was basically The Undertaker versus DX. This ran for 4 years. Of course, Triple H and Undertaker had a match at Mania 17 as well, but I'm talking about 25 onwards. Some of the best matches in WrestleMania history. Some of the best near falls. That Hell in a Cell match, that was one of the best near falls in Mania history. Some of the best storytelling, some of the best acting by Shawn Michaels I have ever seen. This feud is incredibly important to WWE and just to wrestling. Next one, it's Shawn Michaels versus Bret. Now, these two, they kind of blurred the lines between fiction and reality with the Sunny Days promo. Now, I was not backstage, obviously, but from all accounts, these two genuinely did not like each other backstage. And that spilled over into the ring with some phenomenal matches. Now, what's going to happen if you put two of the best workers in wrestling history in a match? It's going to be phenomenal. But that's not to say that there wasn't still professionalism. I mean, there was one match I watched where Shawn Michaels did a dive to the outside, and Bret Hart still saved him from landing on the rail, because your number one priority is still to keep your opponent safe. Now, this also led to the Montreal Screwjob. Was that a work? Was it a shoot? No one except the people in the inside will ever really know. But this feud is still so important for how it shaped WWE. And then lastly, it's Stone Cold versus The Rock. I mean, how can it not be? 3 WrestleMania matches. Best WrestleMania match. I know we've got Taker versus Shawn at Mania 25, but Austin versus The Rock, Mania 17, is maybe not in-ring the best. It's a fantastic in-ring match, but it's the best match in WrestleMania history, and you can snip this piece and quote me on it. That's a hill I'm willing to die on. It's the best match in WrestleMania history up to this point in time, which you will see when this video airs. So the reason why this is so good is I have to beat you, Rock, no matter what. And none of us knew what that was going to take. Shaking hands with the devil. Now, story has it, and I'm just talking about the one match, but their rivalry, just duking for position for who's going to be the top guy of the company for years. It's just so absolutely incredible. And now, the heel turn, did it work out as well as it was supposed to? No, but that's beside the point. The match and the heel turn was still absolutely incredible. And that's my list, and let me know who your fourth would be. Until next time, hope you guys enjoyed the video.